The unsuccessful person sowing little, reaps little. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. It is not what happens to you in life that makes the difference. It is how you react to each circumstance you encounter that determines the result. Wherever there is danger, there lurks opportunity. Wherever there is opportunity, there lurks danger. The two are inseparable. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. When you judge others, you do not define them, you define yourself. The strangest secret in the world is that you become what you think about. Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us. Whatever the majority of people are doing, under any given circumstance, if you'll do the exact opposite, you will probably never make another mistake as long as you live. A success is anyone who is doing deliberately a worthy predetermined job, because that's what he decided to do deliberately. We tend to live up to our expectations. We are all self-made, but only the successful will admit it. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. Success is not the result of making money. Making money is the result of success, and success is in direct proportion to our service. Successful people form the habit of doing what failures don't like to do. They like the results they get by doing what they don't necessarily enjoy. Men credited with all kinds of ability, talent, brains and know-how, including the ability to see into the future, frequently have nothing more than the courage to keep everlastingly at what they set out to do. They have that one great quality that is worth more than all the rest put together. They simply will not give up. When a man makes up his mind to do something, then it's only a matter of time. Staying with time takes bulldog persistence. This seems to be the entrance examination to success, lasting success, of any kind. Your success will always be measured by the quality and quantity of service you render. There is no success without suffering. I think that the word, suffering, was meant to mean tremendous effort and direction. Successful people are not without problems. They're simply people who've learned to solve their problems. The only person who succeeds is the person who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. Most people tiptoe through life, hoping to make it safely to death. A success is the school teacher who is teaching because that's what she wants to do. All you need is the plan, the road map, and the courage to press on to your destination. A person who does not read is no better than one cannot read. Don't let the fear of the time it will take to accomplish something stand in the way of your doing it. The time will pass anyway. We might just as well put that passing time to the best possible use. Any person who contributes to prosperity must prosper in turn. The grass is greener on the other side, it's probably getting better care. Each of us creates his or her own life largely by our attitude. A great attitude is not the result of success, success is the result of a great attitude. 1 extra hour of study per day and you'll be a national expert in 5 years or less. Plant your goal in your mind. It's the most important decision you'll ever make in your entire life. You must radiate success before it will come to you. Our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. The more intensely we feel about an idea or a goal, the more assuredly the idea, buried deep in our subconscious, will direct us along the path to its fulfillment. If you don't have a good model for success, just look at what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. We must radiate success before it will come to us. We must first become mentally, from an attitude standpoint, the people we wish to become. Just one great idea can completely revolutionize your work and, as a result, your life. If you don't have a good model for success, just look at what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. You are now and you do become what you think about. Perseverance is another word for faith. A person's discontent can be said to be measured by the distance between what he has and what he wants. We will receive not what we idly wish for, but what we justly earn. Our rewards will always be in exact proportion to our service. Everything begins with an idea. We all walk in the dark and each of us must learn to turn on his or her own light. Creativity is an expression of our enthusiasm. Do each day all that can be done that day. You don't need to overwork or to rush blindly into your work trying to do the greatest possible number of things in the shortest possible time. Everything begins with an idea. A bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere till you change it. The key that unlocks energy is desire. It's also the key to a long and interesting life. If we expect to create any drive, any real force within ourselves, we have to get excited. Work never killed anyone. It's worry that does the damage. And the worry would disappear if we just settle down and do the work. Learn to enjoy every minute of your life. Be happy now. Your problem is to bridge the gap which exists between where you are now and the goal you intend to reach. Problems are challenges to creative minds. Without problems, there would be little reason to think at all. The biggest mistake that you can make is to believe that you are working for somebody else. You'll find boredom where there is the absence of a good idea. There is a time when one must decide either to risk everything to fulfill one's dreams or sit for the rest of one's life in the backyard. The ideas we hold should be in concert with our goals, if our goals are to be successfully achieved. An idea is the bringing together of known increments to provide a new result. Don't concern yourself with the money. Be of service, build, work, dream, create. Do this and you'll find there is no limit to the prosperity and abundance that will come to you. What's going on in the inside shows on the outside. The best is never the most popular. Using our intuition along with our intelligence as a guide can be the best way to produce super ideas. Planting a problem or question deep in the subconscious by first turning it every which way during an in-depth conscious attempt to solve it, usually results in the answer eventually appearing completely unbidden in our consciousness. One can think better, more profitably, and serve more people through ideas than we can ever do physically. Service, We are here to serve each other. And every one of us does who receives anything back in the way of return. Those who do not serve, do not receive anything. More than any other factor perhaps, the unsuccessful person can usually be identified with a group. The successful person does things. The unsuccessful person has done things done to him or her. Life should be an exciting adventure. It should never be a bore. A man should live fully, be alive. He should be glad to get out of bed in the morning. He should be doing a job that he likes to do because he does it well. There's a place for every person who will persevere. We are what we repeatedly do, but what we do is a matter of choice. The greatest thing in the world is the opportunity to be of service to others. Attitude comes very close to being everything about success or failure. A person can have a great education, but if he also has a poor attitude, he will almost certainly fail. My habit of muttering to myself, "Stay with it," had paid off, just as it always does. It's staying with it that separates the winners from the losers. We become successful to the extent of our true desires and determination, and we do so by building on our strong points, our forte. You will do more good for the rest of the human race enthusiastically going full bore after the things you want, than in any other way, because the only way you can get the things you want is by providing service to others, and the more intense and enthusiastic you are about it, the better will be your service. It's the way the free market private enterprise American system works. The universal key to success, simply put, is this: as you think, so shall you become. The universal key to success, simply put, is this: as you think, so shall you become. Books are filled with ideas, and ideas spur us into action. I can determine what I think about, therefore I can determine what I become and what I have. Our minds are the gyro compasses of our lives. We can only go where they direct us, and we are in charge of our minds. You'll do best at what you most want to do in the pursuit of your personal goals. In so doing, you'll provide the maximum service to those you need to help you. Ideas are the most important things on earth, and each of us has his or her our own idea factory. It comes as standard equipment at birth. Don't ever say, "I'd like to get to the point where I can start taking things easy." Our rewards, all the years of our lives, will be in proportion to our service. We are here, we live, in order to serve one another. Without ideas, we'd still be sitting in the trees grooming one another. There are no guarantees. Don't confuse opportunity with guarantee. It's best you get rid of that terrible word, security, now, once and for all. There's no such thing as security as long as you're alive. Dead you're secure. Unborn you're secure. If you're alive, you're the very epitome of insecurity. People will make you rich, or keep you broke, depending on the way you serve them. You should make up your mind at the outset, if you are planning to become a successful entrepreneur, that you are going to make people outside the organization and inside the organization your special concern. You can't lose money on a customer if you treat him or her the way they should be treated. Your success will always be measured by the quality and quantity of service you render. There is no fragment of this freedom of ours that can't be turned into the success we seek. There are no jobs so humble that they do not have lurking within them the opportunity for greatness and all the success we could possibly want, but it takes that expectant attitude to see it. Luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. The person who succeeds in America is the person who sets his or her own wages, goals, and lifestyle. The American people can become whatever it is they want to become. The trouble is, they seldom make that decision. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. People are where they are because that is exactly where they really want to be, whether they will admit that or not. Your world is a living expression of how you are using and have used your mind. Whatever we plant in our subconscious mind and nourish with repetition and emotion will one day become reality. Which quote did you like the most? Like, comment, share, subscribe.